Hi, I'm Erik with Colonial Saw. Today I'm with Griff from Helianthus Woodwork here in the Twin Cities in Minnesota. Griff, can you tell us a little bit about what Helianthus does?
We do mostly custom cabinets, lately more furniture, but it's predominantly custom cabinets in remodels. A lot of historic homes, a lot of inset.
So not just cabinetry, but more like furniture grade cabinetry.
Yeah, we are technically a cabinet shop, so we're doing built-ins that are cabinets, but a lot of our work is sort of like furniture grade, hyper custom, built into the room. Very custom, yeah. We almost never do the same thing twice.
Never a boring day then for you.
Yeah, never a boring day. It's always new. It's always, it's great. I wouldn't trade for anything.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Griff, we're standing in front of your newest toy, the STRIEBIG. You're a small shop, 2-person shop doing really high-end work. Why would you choose a STRIEBIG?
Most of the tools in here I bought secondhand. A lot of them are 30, 40, 50 years old. And so I thought getting a new, very high-end machine would help with our precision. There was like an upstream and a downstream. The upstream, it's fast. It's a lot faster than a table saw. It's a lot safer than a table saw. The downstream, I used to spend hours and hours and hours getting face frames to fit on cabinets that were slightly out of square, edge banding plywood pieces that had a slight bevel on the edge because I was cutting an 8-foot sheet on a table saw.
That's tough.
Those problems disappear with this. The pieces are square, the edges aren't beveled. It comes off as a reliable piece. And when we get to assembly, things just click together quickly, which is faster, but also is just really good for our morale. There's nothing worse than losing momentum when you're as late into the game as assembly. It's crushing. It ruins the day, potentially the week, and this solves a lot of those problems. It was expensive. Obviously it's an expensive machine, but it improves the efficiency and the momentum of building so much that our model here, I think, was probably paid for itself like within the first year I got it, because we were able to take on, it's myself and one other guy, and it meant that we were able to take on another 2 jobs that year.
That's huge. Less than a 1-year ROI, it makes it a no-brainer.
It does, and frankly, even if it didn't have an ROI that was that quick, intangible returns. I'm 34, my apprentice is 35. We're like just right at the age where we're starting to really feel it in our backs. We were both smokers, and so we're concerned about our lungs. So being able to work upright at the saw is big for us. Having sheets come right on the rollers is big. Really effective dust collection that's closer to a European standard than an American standard is big. Even if the saw didn't pay for itself, I would still pay out for that. Having the peace of mind knowing there's better dust collection, having the peace of mind knowing that I get to do this longer, that stuff's worth it to me. I just want to not be in pain when I'm older. So, I want to do this, but I also want to do it safely.
So Griff, your saw is now 1.5 years old. Prior to this STRIEBIG, you've worked on other verticals. What new capabilities does a saw like the STRIEBIG give you? Things
that I knew it would give me and that it did give me was just speed of processing, accurate cuts, repeatability with the digital reader, that stuff, great. If you're asking things that we've started doing that we weren't planning on, it has made some of our midstream, mid-range operations less stressful. It used to be that when you're gluing up a door, like a shaker door, it's really stressful to get it to fit perfectly and be square. You need to glue it, you're checking the square, you're making sure everything's flat, not over clamping it, all of that. Now, when we make doors in-house, which is not always, we'll make the whole thing a 1/16 too big, glue it up so that the joints are tight, but having it be absolutely dead square, having the rails and stiles meet perfectly is now moot. Because then we come to this and just trim a 1/16 off every edge in a circle, and all of a sudden you have a door that is as square, as flat as the old way, but without any of the stress on a glue up. That's one thing we used a lot for. Really any trimming operation, that's relevant to the doors, but we also trim wood tops. We make a lot of our own edge banding, so we'll glue like a 1/4 inch or a 3/8 piece that's perfectly color and grain matched to a doubled up plywood lamination. And then we'll come back here and trim it back so that what's left over is maybe a 1/16. So it's perfectly invisible. It looks like a solid block of wood. That has really helped us because we don't have an edge bander, and I like the idea of having real wood glue on wood. You're never gonna have it delaminating.
You're doing high-end work. You gotta put out a high-end product. That's some great insight and feedback, and hopefully the folks that are watching can take away a few things. So thank you for the time.
Yeah, No problem.